All right, we're moving on to our sixth recipe, which is more of a method instead of a recipe, and it's just fried okra. Now, there are as many ways to cook fried okra as there are that you can think of. I'm just going to show you how I do it. It's very simple. This is a Northeast Nutrition Center, and if you're going to make something fried, first you got to be careful because fried things are not the best. But I will say this is the only thing we're frying in this entire meal that has 8 recipes, number one. But if you're going to fry it, then number two, you need to use as little other added in fatty ingredients as possible. So all I use is cornmeal mix, okra, and water. That's all I do. Now what I like to do is just take, I've cut my okra up. My husband grows this in the garden. The deer have eaten all our okra. I had to buy this at the grocery store, but you can buy it the same. Sliced it up. But in order for the cornmeal to stick to it, it has to have a little wet. Some people use milk, some people use buttermilk, and some people make batters, but I don't. I just use a little bit of water. And I just take my fingers and I just mix it up like this. I like to use my Tupperware thing until it is, I feel like the cornmeal is going to stick to it. I'm going to add a little bit more water to this, and until it feels like it's got enough on there. I'm going to shake some cornmeal on it. I'm going to stir it until I think that everything is coated. I usually have excess cornmeal mix after I get through because I just want to make sure that everything's coated. So it looks pretty good, and that's all I do. No milk or buttermilk or egg or batter or anything like that. Now we're going to come over here to our black skillet. This is a black kind of a Dutch oven. This was my mom's, and it was her mother's before her. And some of you may have some of these that you cook on regularly, or some of you may have some of these out in the barn or somewhere else. You might want to get out and use. What we like about the black skillets and the cast iron is that it holds heat well. And so we've got in here probably, Donna, would you say maybe 3 inches or 4 inches worth?
At least 3.
This is just plain vegetable oil, or maybe it's canola oil or some kind of vegetable oil. And what we're going to do is to test it to see if it's hot enough for us to fry our okra. If it's not hot enough, what's going to happen is you're going to put your okra in there, and it's just going to soak up all that grease while it waits for the temperature to come up. So we're going to take a little bit of this dry cornmeal mix. I'm going to sprinkle it in there, and it is cooking. It's frying a little bit, just this dry cornmeal, so we know that it's ready. I'm going to start this off, and then Donna's going to be tending it. We don't want to put too many in there. This is a spider, by the way, but any slotted spoon will work. We don't want to put too much in there because if we crowd our pan, then it's going to get soggy. So what I do is I'll just take some and I shake off the excess, put it in there, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's frying up. We're just going to put just a little bit in there. I'm going to have Donna will watch it. So it's going to fry until you get it to the desired crispness that you like. Some people like it more blonde colored and not as brown. Some people like it almost burned. So however you like it, you just keep cooking it until you get the okra like you like it. When we get through, what we're going to do is put it on some paper towels and let it soak up the grease. So Donna will do that, and then as she does her next batch, she'll get some fresh paper towels, and so it can soak up more grease, and then we'll put it in a container later. Some people don't use paper towels. Virginia told me that she uses a strainer, and she'll put hers in a strainer, and then the grease just goes down. So however you want to do it, but when she finishes with that, she's going to take salt and pepper and sprinkle it on top of it. You don't have to do that. I don't usually do that. Sometimes I'll add some salt. Donna adds salt and pepper, and many of you may like that as well. So if you feel like it needs some more seasoning, then feel free to do that after it's already cooked. The okra's ready. Donna has fried it. Go ahead, Donna. She's going to go ahead and start. This is the first that we put in there. She's going to use a spider to go ahead and lift it out of the grease, get as much out as she can initially, and then put it on the paper towels. So she's going to go ahead with that. That's our first batch, and then she'll go ahead and fry the next section of the okra.